Hello, kings and queens. It's your coach here, my regular scheduled time. Let me go ahead and share this to a few groups. Bear with me just one moment. And once you guys get in, go ahead and say hi, wave. Let me know that you're here so that I can know who's joining me today. I'm just sharing this with a few people. Give me just one moment. And say hi. Don't forget that, you guys. Y'all know if y'all don't engage, I'm not going to be here on here long. So make sure you engage with me so that I can stay on longer. As you can see in the title, it says Do It Scared. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Let me get some water. So I get a lot of people that ask me, like, how do I do it? Hey, bro. Oh, that's Dad. Hey, Dad. So I'm just going to introduce myself and we're going to get started. So I'm Coach Mo. I am a family and parenting and business life coach. I help parents co-parent with success to be able to coexist in their child's life, as well as I help female entrepreneurs identify their ideal client to be able to create content, products, and services to gain income in their business. So those of you who are new, say hi so I can see you guys in the comments. It showed me that some people are here, but I don't know who all's here. But the topic today is Do It Scared. I picked this topic because a lot of people ask me, like, how did you decide to be a full-time entrepreneur and leave your job and just go full on as an entrepreneur in your business and doing live videos? It could be anything, because they ask me about live videos. They ask me about being able to coach people and having a guarantee for a resolution, things like that. So I wanted to come live and share some of those things with you guys and teach you how to show up and how to do it scared, pretty much. But I wanted to show you guys something that I just got in the mail like an hour ago. So I told you guys last month that I did a May issue for Empowering Women to Speak Out magazine. I already did an issue for them in their December issue, which was It Takes a Village to Raise a Child article. Hey, Tanya, thanks for joining. But this month I did the 3 ways to strengthen your faith. This, I did it scared. So this is my article. It's front and back. But I gave 3 ways to strengthen your faith. And this was at a time where I was trying to strengthen my faith. So one instance that I did it scared, because I'm like, am I able to write about this topic? Because this is something that I had struggled with at the time with my faith. So I gave 3 different tips. One was peace, be still, basically being still so that you can hear God. The second one was prayer and devotion, basically praying and believing him for his promise. So I gave 3 ways to pray and 3 ways to show devotion, 6 ways to be still, and the third one, trust and believe. So 3 ways to trust in God. But it was a really fun project to do all the research on and do the article, because I was going through battling with faith at the same time. So I did that article scared. She reached out to me, the author, the publisher, and I was just like, I don't know if I can do this article, but I'm going to try. So I sat, and the same day I wrote the article, submitted it to her. I was scared, like, oh my gosh. I hope this article turned out good, but it did. I just got it in the mail today. So this is my first published article of this year. And the other one was the first published article of last year. So my entrepreneur friends always present me with different opportunities. You just got to be willing to say yes. Hey, thanks for joining. So I know you hear it a lot when people say, just do it scared. It's better, easier said than done. Some people don't even know how that look. So you don't really know how to do it scared until you actually try to jump out there and do it. So what does doing it scared look like? One of the tips I have, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tips. So the first one is just starting. Because a lot of people like me, like myself, I did this before, a whole year before I decided to title myself as a coach and actually become a coach, I did so much research. I built so many pieces of content. I wrote ebook. I blogged. I did all this stuff to validate myself and have some credibility. Like, oh, I was in grad school. I was like, okay, I got to have all this stuff before I can start. So doing it scared, meaning just start. I had met a coach and she was like, just do it. What are you waiting for? So she was my push. And she was actually my first business coach that I worked with last year. And so I was just like, okay, I'm just going to do it scared. And I just said, okay, you guys, introduce myself to my audience. And then people started reaching out to me. Then I got into the point where I was like, okay, I'm going to start doing live videos. That terrified me. I literally was having like social anxiety, like, oh no, I can't go live yet. So it took me a minute to decide to get out of my own head and stopping myself and just say, okay, you guys, I'm going to do live videos. And I started with just once a week. Then I built a YouTube channel. So it was just starting was the hardest part. Once you're doing it, you start getting used to it. You get comfortable. It took a long time to get comfortable with live videos, but it was even more uncomfortable doing pre-recording videos. So I used to record the video, put it on my YouTube page, but I just kept deleting. No, I got to re-record that. And then you criticize everything you do. So I felt now I just do the Facebook lives and I upload those videos to YouTube so it can be live and personable and they see the bloopers, all that. Because if I recorded myself, I'll keep deleting and starting over. Like, no, I didn't like the way I looked on that screen, and just keep starting over and over and over. So I thought it was better to just start uploading my Facebook live videos where they see me in my most vulnerable state. The next one is you're getting out your own way, because that's usually what stops you. You're in your head. You're telling yourself, no, I need this. And you're trying to find validation and you're trying to get approval. You're trying to build all these get all these degrees and certificates, and you're just blocking your own blessing because you're stuck in your head. That's you. So yeah, I was the same way. So that's why I can list these things, because I can so relate. Starting is so hard, and I went through the validation stage as well. I just recently told myself to stop trying to get it perfect. Yes, because being perfect, there's no such thing as perfect. Perfect. They stop.
I want to say hi.
No, he up here trying to break down my door. I closed the door and locked it so he won't keep coming in here interrupting me. And now he's craving attention, trying to break down the door because he want to say hi to you guys. But this kid, oh my God, he's supposed to be with his dad. That's why you usually don't hear him on my lives anymore, because he's with his dad usually on Tuesdays. But this week we traded off so he can be with him for Father's Day weekend. But the third one is going live. I mentioned it a little bit, but going live was only hard because I was like, okay, do I wear makeup? Do I wear my glasses? Do I wear weaves? Oh my gosh, I have to style my hair before I go live. Because most of the time they don't see me with my natural hair. I took my braids out this morning, washed my hair, wash and go. But a lot of people don't see me with my natural hair too much, because sometimes I go get a weave and I do my lives when my hair is done. But it was just like, oh, are people going to judge me? How am I going to look on camera? I never could play back my live videos until like this year. This year is the first time I actually would listen to my live videos. I didn't like the way my voice sound recorded. Going live still makes you cringe. Yeah, I get nervous sometimes, especially if it's a controversial topic. Like in the beginning of the year, when the whole R. Kelly thing, when I did my review, I was live. That was my biggest, most viewed video. So while I was like, I went up to about 1,200 people live because people kept sharing. They got shared like 80 times while I was on the live. And I was like, oh my gosh, I never had this many people on live with me at once. So I'm up there nervous, I'm sweating, and I'm like, are they gonna argue with me with the point of view that I'm gonna have? But people always send me those controversial things and they'll say, can you go live about it? And I'm like, should I do it or should I not? See, yeah, I thought I was the only one that don't like my voice. But it was one of those big viewed videos, and it was the most viewed on my YouTube as well. But a lot of people were like, I want to hear your opinion on it, because they know I'm going to come from a different angle than most people. Like in social media, they do the controversial topic that and agree to what everybody else is saying. But me, I explained the why behind everything. So I went in a deeper angle, like the psychological side, because that's my background. And I'm like, oh, he does this because mentally he's still at that age. This is why he do it. And this is what happened with him. I do all my research before I did a video, of course. So I'm like, this is his background. This is what happened to him. And this is repeating of the cycle, generational curse. And people were like, oh my gosh, I never thought of it like that. Like, yeah, he suffered from mental health issues and nobody ever fixed it. So I blamed the parents. And I blamed the parents of the kids that let him be around their kids. So it was just a whole long, like almost 2-hour video. It was crazy. But you can go live. You can do it scared. I forgot to turn the fan on today, but usually, like you see my glasses fogging up, I get hot when I'm on live. So I sweat, I get hot because I'm nervous. And usually I have the fan turned on in front of me, but I forgot to turn the fan on. That's why my glasses are fogging up, because it's like 102 outside. The air is on, but I feel like overheated when I'm doing live video. That's why I drank some water. But I used to tell people, like, I just turn the fan on to keep me cool so I won't be glossy, shining and sweating in front of you guys. And I usually wear dark colors so you won't see me sweat on my shirt as well. But I got makeup on my shirt right before I went live, so I had to change because I already had pink lipstick on. I had to find something with pink on it. But another one is, you're scared. Doing it scared is asking for the sale. I know as an entrepreneur, you don't want to sound like a salesperson. You don't want to beg nobody to be your client, but you can't make money if you don't ask for the sale, period. So you do have to, like, when you're on a sales call with someone, it's a sales call. They're supposed to only get on the call if they're ready to close the sale or they already made a decision to work with you. So you just have to ask for it at the end. Like, are you ready to move forward? Yes or no. They can only just say yes or no. There's only 2 answers. You get hot and forget what to say. So my trick for that, Sandra, I'm gonna show you. My computer is right in front of me, so I have all the bullet points of what I want to say and in what order I want to say it. So that's my trick. Write notes before I go, and they're bullet points. So it's to remind me of what part of the conversation I want to be in, so I know where to go next. Sometimes I have my tablet or I have it written in a notebook, and I'll just highlight each step that I already did. You're the same way, Roberta? So yeah, you will forget. And that's why I have the notes in front of me to be able to go back to. So sometimes when you see me looking down, it's because I'm trying to refocus and get back to my notes to see where I left off. So you definitely can do that. It's a cheating method, but write it down or have it on like a tablet or something so that you can keep up and put it in the order that you want to discuss it. That's what helps stay focused as well. So make sure you ask for the sale. Even though you're scared, no, you can't. Scared won't get you any money. You can't make money scared. So when you ask for the sale, like me, even though my program is $3,000, I have no problem asking for the sale and staying stern with that pricing. And people be like, "Oh my God, you charge people $3,000?" Yes, and some people have paid it in full, no problem. While we're on the call, they're like, "Okay, so where do I give you my card information?" Without blinking an eye. So don't be scared to ask for what you want and at what price point you want, because if they're serious about changing, if they're serious about transforming, because what we do is transformational. So I'm transforming people's lives. I'm transforming their household. I'm helping people not snap on their kids. I'm saving the kids from the parents, even though the parents are the ones that's paying. But I'm saving people from the other parent too, because when I'm teaching parents how to co-parent, sometimes you're ready to just kill that person. Like, I won't have to co-parent with them if they're not alive. Like, I'm really saving lives. So they would be like, to eliminate going to jail and to eliminate losing their, flipping their mind and being on the next episode of Snap, And to eliminate their kids seeing this dysfunction and breaking a generational curse and breaking a cycle, they will pay whatever it costs to get it resolved and to have a happier life. So don't be afraid to ask for the sale, and don't be afraid to ask for the sale at what price that you know you're worth. Saving lives. Yes, yes. Also, the next one is you are being bold. Doing it scared is being bold. Showing up boldly. Showing up saying, this is me, this is what I do, this is who I serve, and this is the results I give them at this price. Period. You don't got to explain why you charge that much. No, you don't have to do all that. You don't have to tell them your whole background and history just to validate those pricing. Just do it boldly. And when you show up confidently, nobody will ever ask you to prove your background. I've never been asked, oh, let me see your degree. I could show you some student loan payments. Like, unless you're going to pay my student loan, you do not need to see my degree. But unless you want to take over that invoice for that monthly student loan payment, I don't have to prove myself. You're guilty of that? Really? But yeah, like you do hair. So do anybody ever ask you for your license? They go by like your work. Your work speaks for itself. You showing up confidently, it speaks for itself. So when you're building content and you're posting things, that should show enough for people to be like, okay, I believe in this person. I know they can help me, just based on the free content they give, the live videos they're doing, all the daily content and posts that they're posting. They know what they're talking about. So that's how you just show up bold. The last one would be you're finding faith and believing God for his promise. A lot of us battle with this, even though we want to say that we believe God will give us all our heart desires. We still try to figure out a way to do it on our own or have a backup plan. That was my biggest issue was, oh, I believe God, but just in case, let me have this in the side just in case. So when you keep doubting God and you keep having your backup plan and not just being full force with him and having full faith and believing in his promise, you won't get to where you want to go. He won't grant you those blessings because you're doubting him. You cannot have any doubt. It's in the Bible. I don't even have my prayer journal with me, but I have the scripture. But I don't have the prayer journal with me. So I was one of them people. Everybody knew me for being the one that have multiple backup plans. Like I always like, okay, I'm gonna do this, but just in case, here's my backup plan. And I was that person. And recently, just last month, I stopped being like that. I'm like, okay, God told me to leave my job. I left my job. He's been holding it down ever since. You're so guilty of that too. Oh my gosh. See, I'm happy to know I'm not the only one. But it's one thing that's why I wrote this article in the magazine, 3 Ways to Strengthen Your Faith. This was when I was on my spiritual journey, doing my research. This is exactly the week that I started my prayer journal. And then a few days later, I was asked to do this article. And I'm like, oh my God, that's so in alignment. Like I needed this. That's how I started finding the scriptures. That's when I started finding like a whole bunch of research on those things. It's because I started doing this article. So it made me look out, and actually I put quotes, I put scriptures in here. About each one that had a scripture, I added a scripture on having faith and prayer and devotion. I put a scripture out of the Bible for every step that I gave. So yeah, that's when I was on that research journal, and it was definitely confirmation. Also, doing it scared allowed me to show up for you guys today. So showing up for the video, because sometimes I'll be like, I'm not feeling 100, so I'm not gonna do a live today, or because I don't want anyone to say like, oh, Coach Mo, you wasn't in your element. I didn't feel your energy. So I just have to check my energy at the gate before I go live and be like, okay, let me take a nap. Sometimes I take a shower before because it wakes me up, or I take a nap before to get my energy refilled because it is coaching day. So I finished all my coaching sessions around like 1 or 2. And I had to take a nap after because I'm drained. So when you're pouring into people, sometimes it sucks you dry. Even though I try to start coaching in an overflow position so that I could pour into them and not empty my cup. But today I was so drained after coaching, I had to take a mental break. I had to rest my mind and take a nap. It was a long nap, but it felt good when I woke up. And then now I just went to eat, took my son out to like a late lunch. And then I was like, okay, let me relax before I go live. Excuse me. And then that's when I got the magazine and I was like, oh, let me let me read the magazine article because I've been waiting for it to come in because it was May issue. And I'm like, oh my gosh, when is it going to come? And I emailed her the other day, like, when is it going to come? Because I couldn't wait to see my work. And it's such an amazing feeling because I knew where I was at when I wrote it. So that's one thing I'm like so proud of right now. Another thing, doing it scared allowed me to be consistent. It does take a lot out of you. Yeah, especially because right now I've been doing a lot of one-on-ones and it's business coaching. So like tomorrow I will be doing parenting coaching, but right now it's business coaching. So I'm doing content creation. So today I was focusing on building packages and services. So that takes a lot. It takes a lot out of you. The magazine is called Empowering Women to Speak Out. It's with my friend. She's also a coach. She's an author as well. Her name is Demetria. But this is her magazine, Empowering Women to Speak Out. And I did the December issue, which was my friend Monique Danielle. She's a women's empowerment coach. She was on the cover. This month, Demetria was on the cover of her magazine because it was her birthday month and her anniversary in her business. She's been doing this for years. I think it was like her 10-year anniversary or something. But she always have opportunities. I will share with you guys. But she always have opportunities to write an article in her magazine each month, or she will pick a coach to be on the cover. And you find people to write in the different articles and whatever theme that you pick for your cover of your magazine. So it's an amazing experience. And for this to be my second time doing it, I love it because it's all women. It's a lot of women in the article. Like some of the articles were why depression couldn't hold me back, 5 ways to living in abundance, black hairstyles. So she do beauticians, black hairstyles, 7 best TV shows, 8 ways to start over after divorce. Why did I get married? Best restaurants in New York, best restaurants in Atlanta. I'm married and I'm in love with someone else. 4 ways to save money. So we got our financial people, and then me, it was 3 ways to strengthen your faith. But yeah, she'll send you like the topics of what we're going to talk about, and you pick which article you best resonate with or that you can write on. So it's really interesting, but it's a great opportunity. I like writing. I like blogging. These articles are usually only 200 words or less, so it's not hard. That's a blog. So 200 words or less, and it's pretty controversial or interesting topics. So definitely look out. I will share some opportunities when she reach out to me, if she's looking for people to write. Because it could be chefs, it could be consultants, financial, business. There's a wide range of different women that do these articles. Like me, I don't say like, oh, I'm a Christian. I'm a parent coach and a business coach, but I wrote an article about faith. So it's like, it's options that you have. So there's, like in the December issue was like, living my best life. You are enough, the price of peace, bonding with the purpose, and balancing faith, love, and business. So you could pick different articles that you want to write about. Sometimes you can pick the title of your article and you can create a topic. They'll just give you a theme and say, okay, make it in this theme. Like the December one, I just had a theme. So it was She Can Have It All was the theme. So I thought about it from a perspective of a single mom trying to do it all around Christmas time. So It Takes a Village to Raise a Child was my article. And I was teaching women how to not get overwhelmed with the materialistic stuff. If you can't do it, you can't do it. Teach your kids the real reason behind the holiday, not the retail part of the holiday. And ask for help. So if you do gift exchange with your family, at least everybody would get at least one gift. Don't overwhelm yourself because of the whole retail holiday thing. So that's what my article was about. Pulling things and say, okay, everybody write one top gift you want that's between this price range, and you just get that one gift and not try to overdo it and be stressed out and sick because you didn't keep up with the Joneses. No. So that's how my article went, and telling your village, I need your help. You guys know I'm a single mom. Can auntie, grandma, somebody kick in and help me with some gifts? Like, come from that perspective. Like, me and my son, we don't really do the retail holidays. Valentine's, Christmas, Easter, Halloween. For Christmas, we'll bake a cake for Jesus and sing him happy birthday. He knows it's not about the gifts. And he used to never understand, why am I getting gifts on Jesus' birthday? So we stuck with that. I don't have to spend a lot of money because he get everything throughout the year. We don't just celebrate one day of love or one day of Thanksgiving, and my family spend that time all the time. Plus, half of my family is Muslim, so we respect those holidays. Like, we don't really do over the top for that type of stuff. We will celebrate Thanksgiving because we bring everybody together, and it's food, it's fun, it's family, my village. But we know the meaning behind all these things. So we don't put emphasis on the retail stuff. Doing it scared made me make the choice to not live basic. My ideal clients all desire to have financial freedom. They all dream and desire to leave their 9-to-5. They all dream to be able to travel the world and not get permission from a job to be able to take a vacation, or be limited to how many vacations you can take per year. Like last year, I took my son, we went to Paris, London, and Italy for my birthday. We had fun. That was one of those times where I'm just like, last year was really when it clicked, and I'm like, I'm going to live my best life. I don't care if I get fired for going. I was on that. I just started my business. It was 3 months into my business when I took the vacation. And I was just like, I'm not going to live basic. I started seeing every year my friends dying from cancer. They're dying from heart attacks, like diseases that older people suffer from, but they're dying before the age of 30. So I'm like, that's not going to be me. I'm not going to stress myself to the grave. No, because they were having strokes and being stressed out and overwhelmed. And that wasn't me. I didn't want to live paycheck to paycheck. I didn't want to live worrying about anything. I wanted to have that freedom. So that was my goal. I set a plan, and I'm like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start a bucket list. I started a bucket list at like 30. So me and my sister promised each other, like, every year we're going to try to at least go to one country. We started going to 3 countries. But we've seen a lot of our friends didn't make it to 30. So we made a pact. Like, every year we have to cross something off of our bucket list. So our bucket list will have different countries, and we'll pick which country you want to go to. We start going to museums. We start going out, do outings, spending more time with family and friends, telling them that you love them more. Just simple things like that. I'm not going to hide. I'm going to be bold in my business. I'm going to start my business. And that's what made me start also. I'm like, I'm just going to start my business, and I'm going to do what I want to do, and something that make me happy. Because working for someone else wasn't fulfilling for me. Not at all. Because I just couldn't get past building someone else's dream when I knew I still had one. So it was one of those things where I had to decide, me or them, because I can't live like this too long. So that was one of the things that I was like, okay, I can't live basic and build someone else's dream. Another thing is I stopped playing small. That's when I stopped lowballing myself with the pricing just because people say they couldn't afford my services. And especially in the beginning of the year, I'm like, you got taxes, you got like 6 kids. I know you got taxes coming. You're telling me you can't afford this. Is it because you're getting ready to go to Vegas or Miami and the ratchet trips, the normal trips that people take only in the beginning of the year when they get taxes? I'm like, you're just not ready to invest in yourself. So I never, hey, thank you for joining. I never used to like go for that. Oh, I can't afford it. Cause y'all know me, team no excuse. So I'm like, don't come to me with those excuses. So I stopped playing it small and I stopped lowballing myself. Cause I was only charging, I think, $50 an hour in the beginning of the last year. And I was booked up, but I was given so much to, I'm like, I'm worth more than that. And it was taking up a lot of my time. That's why I went away with the one-on-one coaching and I started doing programs, because it was taking so much of my time for so little money. And I was still working. So now my one-on-one service is, hey coach, my one-on-one service is for 4 sessions is $9.97. So I don't have to take 20,000 clients a month just to reach my revenue goal each month. Because you do need to have a goal. You do need to know where you're trying to be by the end of the month. I want to have 5-figure months every month. I haven't had it yet on a consistent basis. Like I'll get 1 5-figure month and then like every other month or 2 months or whatever. But I haven't been pushing it either. So, but if you really focus and you really set your revenue goal and your profit planning, you would get to those goals, because you'll be like, okay, I only need 4 clients this month. What am I going to do to get those 4 clients? It seems like when you charge less, you attract a lot of, yes, and they want everything for nothing. You do attract demanding people. They would, like me, when I do my co-parenting program, I know it's $3,000. I won't work with more than 5 people in 1 month. Then you have to think about if you're going to do payment plans, because your bills are not on a payment plan. So you want to look for clients that can pay in full. We're going to have a 5-figure month. Yes, y'all know, if y'all with Beverly and y'all going to do that road to 5K, we on it. We on it. We got this. We got this. But definitely I'm already starting researching people like, hey, I see you talking about this and that resonate with my program. Let me book a sales call with you. It don't start until next month. But you can start pre-selling and promoting now. If y'all notice my content, it did change. So I'm already starting. That's a hint to you guys. Y'all know what's coming based on how you see my content started for today. Y'all know parenting is next. That's the next program going to be launched. But stop playing it small. You guys know you guys are amazing. You know your worth, what you're charging. Don't discount it just because people are saying they can't afford it because they don't want to make the sacrifice. But you know what you're worth. So don't play it small. Play it big. Even if you got to do events, you can start doing retreats. Just start doing your research on it. You can get help. You can partner with somebody and have an amazing event. And you don't even have to work all year. So that's going to be my next thing, you guys. I'm going to do some boot camps and some retreats. That's what I'm planning next. So keep an eye out. We're going to do some different things coming very soon. I'm working out the kinks and trying to get connections with different hotels or Airbnbs. So, and what state I want to host it in. People pay for what they want to pay for it. Exactly. They will stand in line for some $200 Jordans, but they can't invest that in a coaching session to fix their family or fix them. I say it all the time. I say all these people say, oh, they don't have no money, but y'all was on this dang millennial tour. You see how much those tickets were. So I'll be like, miss me with that. That's just an excuse. But you can turn up and be ratchet all day long, spending money. But it's funny when people say no, they don't have the money, but then you see them at concerts later. You be like, what? I thought you didn't have the money. So yeah, I pay attention to that. But it's no hard feelings for me, because I'd be like, that mean you were my ideal client, because those would be the clients that you got to push, pull, just for results, and you fighting them for their results, and it's not even you that need the help. So then I know, okay, that I dodged a bullet. Let me see. Doing it scared allowed me to leave my job of 3 years that literally made me sick and miserable. I told you guys this story a little bit last week. I don't know if you guys were all on my live, but how I came about leaving my job last month. I had an exit date. I had my resignation letter all drawn up last year. So when I was talking to Beverly in the last Road to 5K, it was the first time we did it, I believe. I made an exit date. I said, okay, December 28th is my exit date. And I'm no longer going to work for anyone as of 2019. December 28th came and I continued to go to work, and I ignored the promise that I made to myself. December 31st came. I got diagnosed with anxiety because I started getting sick, having panic attacks at work and all type of stuff. Just anxiety, always anxious, and I'm like, what's going on? So I went to the doctor and she diagnosed me for severe anxiety on the 31st of December. So the last day of the year, get diagnosed with anxiety. So I come into the new year trying to figure that out. Then come February, I got diagnosed with diabetes, type 2 diabetes. So that means it's not full on diabetic, but if you lose weight, it go away. If you don't, then it might turn into full on type 2 diabetes. So I'm like, okay, God, why am I getting sick? All of a sudden, I always been the healthy person. My doctor always used to be like, why do you come every year doing blood tests and everything when you know you're healthy? I was that client because they knew I was the patient that always stayed up. I don't eat snacks. I don't eat junk food. I drink only water pretty much 99% of the day. I might have a coffee or a tea. But other than that, I'm always drinking water. I don't eat junk food. I don't eat candy. And they're always like, she was shocked. So she was like, what are you doing? And these are things that just started popping up. Then I was sick. I was always nauseous. I had a headache. If you guys look at my videos from earlier this year, I always look tired on my videos, drained, like I didn't feel good, like something was going on. And it was because of that. Like I wasn't being obedient and I didn't keep my promise. And I started questioning my faith in God. So I'm like, I'm going to stay on because I'm scared I'm not going to have any income. Or no guaranteed income. So he started making my life miserable to live in my body and go to work. I only would get sick as soon as it was time to clock into work, which was so crazy, you guys. So I would get a headache, feel nauseous. I would fall asleep at work. I worked from home, so I used to do tech support for Verizon via chat. So I would fall asleep in between chats and get written up. I never got written up before this year. I never had attendance issues. I had to start calling off because I wasn't feeling good. And I would always feel like either I'm going to pass out, I will black out. All this stuff was happening because I wasn't being obedient to God and I wasn't keeping the promise to myself or him that I was going to leave this job. He was telling me, showing me all the signs to leave. May 15th, I clocked into work. I felt paralyzed, literally. I couldn't move the mouse. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't focus. I couldn't think. And that's when I was like, okay, God, I hear you. Because he was like, you're still not listening. And so he pretty much stopped me physically from being able to work. So I just told my job, effective right now, I can't do it anymore. Ever since then, I have not been sick, you guys. I don't even think if they do blood tests right now that any diabetes will ever come up. I haven't had any symptoms of anxiety. Everything has been under control. And it's so amazing how God worked because I finally started to be obedient and listen to him. And it just was a whole transformation. And I was so emotional after like the first week or two not working. It felt so weird because I was so emotional, like, God, oh my gosh, he kept sending financial blessings my way that weren't expected. I would go get an alert from PayPal and it'll be like money from a settlement that I never even knew about. I'm like, God, this is funny. Like I would sit there and have these conversations with God, like, okay, God, really? And I'll just laugh and I'll be like, this is so crazy. But every time I started to feel like I was starting to question or lose faith, like, where's my next client coming from? Like, God, I don't have no more paychecks. I didn't have like a large savings either. I just knew my bills were paid for that month, and I got 2 weeks to come up with my bills. And I'm like, oh my gosh, starting to worry. Where's the next client going to come from? Then he started putting messages on my heart. He started giving me content and ideas to do certain things, and that brought in clients. So it's amazing how he worked, because since then, it's only been like 3 weeks, but I've gotten about 3 new clients, and it's just been amazing. Different blessings coming from different places that were so unexpected. But I just had to follow and have faith and just shut myself up and stop doubting. But that's how I started my prayer journal, and that's when I got this article and different opportunities started coming my way. So it was amazing how it worked, but I was no longer miserable. I was happy. My energies changed drastically. I could sleep without being stressed out, like, oh, I gotta go to work tonight. And it's just so different being a full-time entrepreneur versus working for someone. I'm making my schedule. I just had to get into the groove of a routine, but it only took a week to do that. But now I'm used to it, so it's pretty easy. But it helped me motivate and encourage other people as well, and show them it can be done. It can happen, because I've seen it all day long. Other people saying, oh, I'm doing this, and I left my job and God started blessing me after. And I'm like, yeah, really? I was doubting that, but now I start to see it. So it was great to have that feeling and have that testimony to be able to give to other people. The righteous are not forsaken, begging. Yes. That I believe in that. I believe that. So another thing, doing it scared allowed me to also show up as an expert, because when you know your livelihood is depending on getting these clients, you're going to be bold. You're going to show up as an expert. You're going to show up more consistently. You're going to show up. You have more time to show up like that too, as well, because you don't have any distractions. You don't have any excuse, because it's like, what else are you doing? What else are you doing? So you figure it out. And even sometimes when I want to go drive for Lyft, and God be like, no, sit still. Like, then I'll get somebody in my inbox like, hey, coach, I want to book a call with you. And I'm like, I just listen to him. Whenever he talked to me, I just listen, and I'm starting to be obedient. I'm not perfect at it. I haven't perfected it, because there's no such thing, because we all have doubts sometimes. We all have our moments, but it's a work in progress. It's definitely a work in progress, but it's been great and amazing so far. I get to spend more time with my son, my family, more self-care, because that was a big thing too. Just taking care of myself and just enjoying peace, quiet, and I'm still in my place of peace, which is my home. So now my job is not affecting my place of peace, because I was working at home. It allowed me to also gain clients. I'm able to focus more on my clients. So, because I was able to leave my job, I was able to add another day of coaching. I used to only do Monday and Tuesday, but now I do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday coaching. So now I'm able to give more time to my clients, take on a few more clients per month, 5 more clients. That has been happening to me too. And it assures me that I must be on the right path. Yes. Just listen. All you have to do, like that article say, peace, be still. So I put peace is defined as the freedom from from disturbance. So you have to be somewhere quiet and still, where there's no distraction, no disturbance. It's just quiet. That could be just sitting in your bathroom. Like, I get ideas sitting in the bathroom. I could just be soaking in a tub. I sit in the dark. I line my tub with little tea candles, or candles that my clients buy me. And I'll have like scented candles, just being in the aroma, soaking in some Epsom salt with lavender oil. Just laying there, I set aside 20 minutes at least, or 30 minutes a week, twice a week, to do that. And I'll have a notebook next to me, or it could be my phone, or have a speaker that's on my wall in my shower. And I'll just say, like, hey Siri, write this note. And it'll be like a, what do you call it? A voice memo, just to remind myself of the idea that came to me. And then you can just wake up early. Me, I'm an early bird. I used to always get up at 5 a.m., but now I don't know why I get up at like 3, 4 a.m. now, which is so crazy. But I get my to-do list done by 7 a.m. when people are still asleep. So my day is complete very early because I'm up early in they call it the spiritual hours, between 2 and 6 a.m. So if God wake you up during those hours, be still because he's trying to give you a message. So if you see like your birthday all the time, that's the universe trying to get your attention. So I be still when I see that. If I see my birthday on the clock, then I'll see that channel on the TV, or I see it on my watch or my computer, and I'm like, okay, God, what are you trying to say? Like, that's the universe talking to you. So I always tell people, pay attention to those signs because he can be trying to get a message to you, but you're too distracted for him to get in. So be still, be quiet. Like ways to be still that I wrote in the magazine is get in a quiet place and just sit there, or sit or lay still and take deep breaths. You can meditate. You can lay still and close your eyes just for a few minutes. You can drive in silence. Me, I don't turn the radio on in the car unless I'm listening to my audiobook. But you could drive in silence. I get a lot of my content just driving. I have to keep a notebook. I'll pull over, write down something, or do a voice memo. But you can take a walk alone. I do that sometimes at night. I'll go for a walk just to clear my mind. That's what I miss about California. I used to go walk at the beach at night. So hearing the water clash against the rocks, that's so like therapeutic for me. I used to just sit at the beach, listen to the wind. I used to leave all my worries and everything out at the beach. And I wouldn't even walk in the sand sometimes, just walk on the sidewalk along the path. Or sometimes I used to skate. As a kid, that was like my place of peace, skating and riding our bike at the beach. With my mom and my aunts. They used to go walking and take all the kids, and we ride our bikes or skate while they walk a couple of miles. But you leave it all out there in the ocean. But that's really important to be able to hear from him, is being still. That's the first thing. Another way being scared allowed me to it allowed people to actually know who I am and what I do, and me encourage them to build their faith. Because you guys notice, like, some people could tell as soon as I left my job, I would have all these testimonies, be like, God is good. This is what God did for me. It changed a lot of the ways I post, my messages, all that, because it changed something in me. But it allowed people to actually know who I am and what I do, because I have more time to talk to people. I have more time to go live more often, do more series, ask more questions, and just build more content. But I was starting to be more open and more vulnerable with you guys, letting you know how God has blessed me and what he's doing in my life and how he's shifting my business. When I started allowing him to be in my business and not try to do it on my own, it changed a whole lot. So that's the all I have for you guys today. Just, it's okay to be scared, but you can still do it. Don't let being scared hold you back from your blessing, because you're not going to get anywhere being scared. Hey cousin, thanks for tuning in. So it's kind of hard to explain, but you can do it. You are enough. You don't need validation. And I know this message is for somebody, but you don't need validation from anyone. Just show up boldly. You are enough, and you can do it. Even if you want me to come on your live with you to encourage you or help you build content for your life, just message me. You guys know I will help you. Y'all know that's something I don't mind doing. So if you want to go live and you're trying to figure out like what topic, or you want to throw some topics by me and I could tell you like, oh, you could talk about this with this topic, or this one might stand out a little more, just run it by me. I will definitely work with you. But that's all I got for you guys today. I put my link for those who are ready to move forward. They're ready to change their life, their business, parenting, business, Either one. I put the link in the bio. You can still book your 15-minute coaching session. You just have to send me the questions beforehand. And you can book your free 30-minute breakthrough call if you're ready to move forward with one of my programs, either one-on-one coaching or my time management. I forgot to put the link for that. Excuse me. I'm doing a time management workshop on June 29th. So right now I do have an early bird special of $197. This would be like a 2-hour workshop via Zoom and then 1 week of implementation. So we will have 1 week to get your whole schedule together, priorities, all that. We would work one-on-one and in a group with breaking down everything, because I hear a lot of people always say, oh, I don't have time to do this. How do you find time to do this? This is my biggest question. And I did some surveys and polls in 3 different Facebook groups. One group had 177,000 people, another one had 9,000 people, and the other one, it was like 60-something thousand. The number one, I said, what do you guys have the most challenges with? Time management, work-life balance, co-parenting, business issues, or child behavioral issue. Time management was number 1. So I decided to build a workshop to help people. It's $197 for the early bird price up until next Saturday, the 21st. After that, it'll go up to $297 because it's only going to be 7 days until the workshop. So I'm going to edit this video. I'm going to add that link in if you're interested in signing up. Or you can message me and let me know you're interested, and I'll go ahead and send you the link so you can sign up and get on the list. And I'll send you my Zoom information for that time and date. It's going to be at, I believe it was 1 p.m. Not 1 a.m. 1 p.m. That's Saturday in Zoom, Pacific Standard Time. So definitely let me know if you're interested in the time management course workshop. It's going to be live. It's going to be recorded. So if you can't make it to the live thing, you would catch the recording, and you will still have the worksheet, and you will still be able to be in the private Facebook group implementing that time management worksheet that I'm giving you. So just let me know, and that's going to be probably the lowest investment level that I have for a long time, because you guys know my 4 coaching sessions is $997. So my services start from $997 to $3,000. So you getting something for $197, that's a steal. So I'm only offering it this month because this month is not a busy month for me, because I wasn't taking in many clients. So I'm able to actually do workshops and master classes this month. So that's why it's at a lower rate, because this is not something I will offer probably any more times this year. So definitely take advantage, and I will see you guys not this Saturday, but next Saturday. I'm doing the live Q&A. Well, actually next Tuesday I'll be doing my regular live at 6 p.m. But the Saturday of the 21st, I'm doing my live Q&A. This time is going to be parenting questions. So if you have any questions that you want me to answer on the live Q&A, definitely send them to me, inbox them, so that I can know. We can talk about anything. You guys know I'm free for grabs, so this is your chance to get your questions answered. If you're struggling with anything dealing with parenting, it could be drama, behavioral issues, stress, anxiety. It can be just a range of things. Like parenting is so open. A lot of people it's hard. It's difficult. Sometimes just dealing with your child attitude is making you ready to strangle them. I've been there before. We had a Sour Patch Kid. My son is like that every time he's hangry, so I know I got to prepare ahead of time before we're going to be going at it. But thank you guys for tuning in live, and I really enjoy your support. And I'll think of what the next topic is going to be for the live. I think it's going to be compulsive thinking. I might go live probably Thursday or Friday on compulsive thinking. It's part of anxiety. It's a form of OCD. Actually, I'm going to do my live about anxiety because a lot of people have been asking me about anxiety. And I'm going to educate you guys on the 6 different types of anxiety, because there's different types. Some people don't recognize it because they don't go to the doctor as often for them to be able to diagnose it. Anxiety is something that can be diagnosed by a regular physician. It don't have to be a psychologist. It don't have to be a psychiatrist, therapist, or counselor. It's something that you can, you would notice just based on different symptoms. And I can show you how to manage that. When you figure out what your trigger is, how to figure out what your trigger is, what foods you can eat, what ways you can manage it. Because that's something I had experience with, and in my psychology background, I've researched it a lot. So it's something a lot of mothers suffer from specifically, because after having kids, different balances, stress, being overwhelmed, being everything for everybody, this is something that just come about. And anxiety is a temporary disorder. It's not something that's permanent. That's why you can't get disability or anything for it, because it's only temporary. It's just your body's reaction to stress. So a lot of people suffer from it and they don't even know they're suffering. That's why they can't figure out how to fix it. So I'm going to help you. So the next topic is going to be anxiety. And I'll probably do it before Tuesday, because I have been sending one-on-one information to people, but I'd rather just go live and share with everybody at one time, and do a blog and add it to my YouTube channel, so that everybody can get some help all at the same time. So anxiety, and it's going to either be Thursday or Friday. I'm not sure what time, because I might be traveling. So I will keep you guys updated. Just put it that way. And I'll tag you guys when I go live in the video so you can know. But thank you guys for joining, and I'm out. It's time to have movie night with my son. We're going to bond and have movie night. So it's time to watch cartoon movies and pretend like I like them. Or pretend like I'm watching them. I'll probably be listening to my audiobook in the other ear. But thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you have a great night. Bye.